Alright, CSA folks, here's some help on 5.2 exercises. The first one was really straightforward for batting average, so I figure you can just do that one. The second one, I wanted to show you something, even though this one's not that hard. So we're supposed to make two constructors, which is something we kind of already know. There's a string name for a dog, an age, and a weight. And it says we're going to overload them, which means we're going to make two different constructors that just depend on how many parameters people give us. And the first takes name, then age, then weight. And it matters the order you put those things in, because one's a string, int, and double. Okay, so we're going to say public. Remember, when you make a constructor, you just use the class's name with the word public. You just don't put the word class in there. And then we want string name, the name. I'm going to show you the alternate thing to do this, because I know it's tempting just to write name. There is a way you can do that, and I'll show you on the other constructor. Okay, I'm going to shrink this down so we have more room. There we go. Whew, I like that. Okay, so we got our, make sure we spell these right, the name, the age, and the weight. If you want to use these words, we'll do it in the second one. So check this out. So here, we're going to say, if the created dog can give you three things, then the variable name from up here will equal whatever they typed in for the name. And the area variable age will equal the age. And finally, weight will equal the variable the weight. Okay, that's easy for the first constructor. The second constructor, it should look exactly the same. Starts off the same, public dog, even starts off with a string for name, and a string for age, or sorry, an int for age. Okay, now you'll notice one, I didn't add weight because it told me not to. It said the constructor will only take name and age, and then we'll assign the weight as 0.0. But I wanted to show you what you could do if you feel like using the same word as up there. And there's a special keyword. It's not hard. You just have to do this. So basically, when you put this dot name, it's like, hey, this name is going to equal whatever they typed in here for name. So basically, you pay a penalty for using the same word, which is why you'll usually see me do this, because I don't want to have to remember, wait, does it go name equals this dot name or this dot name? Or this dot age equals age? It's not crazy. It's pretty easy to do. And I wanted to show you this because some people really like using the same word, which is totally fine. I understand that. And another reason you should know this way is you will probably see this on the AP test at some point. So we did our two constructors, and then your job after that is to create and print two dog objects in the dog tester class. So, you don't have to make it say Carol and Clover, but we need to jump classes here. It's a good refresher on how to make a new dog item and then print it. So we'll say dog, dog1 equals new dog. Remember, you're going to use that class and the word new to create a new one, and one of them should have three pieces. Like, I guess we can do this to make sure it matches, but we can say Gracie, and Gracie is 9, and she is about 75.8 pounds. Okay, so we created a dog, and then we'll print a dog. we're going to print. What do we have in here? Did they come with getters and stuff? Oh, they already wrote a toString method. So they're going to say name returns the name and weight and age. Oh, man, I forgot something though. Hold on. I did not address weight in this one. It told me to, but I didn't. There we go. Okay, so I don't have to do this get age and get weight and get name because they already wrote a toString. So this is one of those rare cases where, oops, where you actually get to just print the object. And we can see what that looks like. See if I made any typos. Oh, it worked. Right? Looks good. Cool. And last thing is you can do the other one. I want you to use the other constructor and then you can check it out. All right. So the student constructor ones, this one's kind of interesting in that, well, the first one's not. That's just make a constructor using everything. I did want to show you one more time. If you really like using the names of the variables, you can. You just have to do this dot in front of it. Make sure you spell everything correctly too. So no big deal there. The second one though is a little more interesting. And it starts off the same. Because you have a first name, last name, and a grade. But for school, you have to just use what grade they said they were in instead of actually giving you a school like this one did. Say I wrote Alan Turing, grade 11, Liberty High School. If they don't give you a school, you have to notice what number they typed in for grade and either classify them as high school, middle school, or elementary school. So in that, it's just kind of interesting because it's, oh, geez. It starts off the same. Hold on, I gotta switch. No, I want to get to the next one. It starts off the same with your variables, but like first name, I kind of like the first name, so I don't have to use this. But then for what you set school to, because it says in here that school needs to still be set to something. You have to write some if-elses to handle that. And you'd say, okay, I wrote if grade level is less than 13 and bigger than 8, then you set school equal to high school. So you basically do that. You could have said greater than 8. It probably would have worked. I don't know if they test the case for like, what if someone types in 13? Technically, they're going to show up in elementary school, which is weird, but hey, it's their rules. They said 9 to 12 is high school. So yeah, you are allowed to put if-elses inside of constructors even, which is kind of cool. You're going to modify the toString, but I'm sure you can do that after you get that going. All right. Okay, so this is the fourth exercise, 528, and I started off by copying over my two constructors from the other one, and then I just remodified the toString to have the school part in it, and now we're supposed to go into School Club Java and make a constructor. And it said our constructor should take a student object for the leader and a string club in that order. Okay, so in here we're going to say public school club, and we're going to take a student item. We're using an object in an object of another class in a class. Kind of mixing classes together here. Kind of like in the video with the superpowers and stuff. Okay, so student let's see. It's supposed to be leader, so we'll say the leader. That way we don't have to use this. And then string club. Name. The name. So we have a club name and a club leader. That's a student item. See how they're both capitalized because they're both strings, and then number of members is something else. So it looks like we aren't supposed to accept that. So it's just supposed to have those two parts. And then we're going to say, okay, leader. Okay, so we're going to definitely set our num members equal to 0 to start with. And then our club name will be the name. And then above that, we're going to have our leader equal. Now you can't, here's, we'll see about this. So we're going to grab, oh, is that spelled right? We're going to grab the leader item they say here and set it to this leader. Okay. So, all right, let's take a look at this and see what else we need to do. All right, so it looks like they already had this add member, and then check out their toString. Notice they couldn't just say leader is the leader of. They had to actually use the get first name, which happens to be something in the student class, or just returns the first name. I don't know if we need to do anything else in here. Test your code with the student tester class. Okay. We'll need to add a statement to create a club and then print it out. Okay, so we're going to have to make a club. Let's check our student tester. Okay, so we already have 2 students, so now we can make a club. So let's look at our school club constructor again. Public school club, it starts with a leader, which is a student item, and then puts the string of the club name. Okay, so let's check that out. Let's say, here's how we made students. Now we're going to say school club. So we're declaring that it's going to be a school club item. We're going to say, because these people are 2 computer masters, so we're going to say computer club is our item, our variable name, and we're going to have a new school club. It has to be named just like the class. And what goes in here is first a student item. So we'll say Alan. Now let's make Ada. Ada Lovely. She was good. We're going to make her our school club leader. And then the name of our club is Coders Club. Okay, that's the name of their club. And we should see what it looks like, because if you remember with the little print statement, if you remember they wrote a toString method for you. It's supposed to say, it's supposed to say who the leader of the club is and stuff like that. Let's test this out. Let's run it. Oh, what I do? Oh, I didn't put a semicolon in school club. I didn't. Okay, let's see what else I did. And what's that? T. I got a semicolon somewhere else. Where is it? In student tester. Oh, I did. Why did it have a T there? Oh. I think when I switch pages it Forgot